Today I'm going to share with you everything that a Christian might need to know about the Roth IRA, and I'm also going to share with you exactly how to use this to retire a tax-free millionaire. Me and my wife have been investing in our Roth IRA since we were 20 years old, and these accounts alone are going to make us both millionaires by the time we retire. This account is so powerful and so underrated, and if you're trying to learn how to invest and you're not sure where to start, the Roth IRA is your answer. The best part is that because of the way it's set up, you don't even need that much money to invest in order to make the world a difference in your retirement. So let's get into it. Before I get into the advantages of the Roth IRA, I want to make sure we cover the question, why do Christians not invest in a Roth IRA? The first reason is that they don't understand the value that I just communicated. Christians have a tendency to feel awkward about money, and because of that, those who do understand things like the Roth IRA tend to keep their cards close to their chest. Because of that, the average Christian doesn't even have the opportunity to invest in a Roth IRA because no one's communicating to them the value that it has. The second reason why Christians don't invest in a Roth IRA is because it takes extra effort. I was talking to a friend who had extra cash laying around and wanted to learn how to invest, and so she came to me asking about the Roth IRA. I was walking her through the process of how to invest, and we were going through things step by step before she ended up just closing the laptop and giving up because of all the time it was taking us to do this. The sad reality is most Christians don't invest in a Roth IRA simply because it takes extra effort. You don't have your employers constantly telling you how much you're investing and making sure that you're continuing to keep up with it. You have to go in yourself and you have to make those adjustments all on your own. Which brings us to another reason why Christians don't invest in a Roth IRA, and that's that there's no tax deduction when you contribute. So we're about to get into this in detail, but when you invest in a 401k, there's an automatic deduction on your taxes for that year. But when you invest in a Roth IRA, there's no tax deduction for that year, meaning that you're going to pay taxes on all the income and all the money that you put into your investment account. But if I were to look back at my life and ask myself the question, why didn't I invest in a Roth IRA during the years that I didn't, or why didn't I contribute more to it when I could have, I think about the belief that I didn't have enough money. That I tend to have this kind of all or nothing sort of personality trait that everything I do, I want to put all of myself into that thing. And so, when it came to the Roth IRA, the thought of investing some of my money into it, but not being able to max it out or something like that, kind of felt like, why would I invest in it at all? And this is often the case for those who work in ministry or, just have a low paying job, that we really do get this attitude of, because I don't have $500 or $1,000 a month to invest, that I might as well not be investing at all. But this is why the Roth IRA is so amazing, because you really just don't need that much money to invest in it for it to make a massive difference in your retirement. Now, the last and for sure the scariest reason why people don't invest in a Roth IRA is that they think they already have. Now, here's a mistake that could genuinely cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even after going through the effort of opening up a Roth IRA and investing in it, you might still miss out because you missed this one simple step. Investing in a Roth IRA is a two-step process. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your money from your account and you're going to transfer it over to your Roth IRA account. Usually there's some sort of holding account like a money market or something like that where the money is going to sit in the first place. Let me know in the comments below if you'd benefit from a kind of a how-to video walking you through the process of actually what buttons to click in order to invest in a Roth IRA. The next step is to take the money from the money market account and actually invest it into the market. Now, the money market account is going to make some sort of interest, but nothing significant. And so you have to go through that second step of taking that money from the holding account and actually investing it into the market. Now let's get into it and really talk about the advantages of the Roth IRA. Now, when it comes to our retirement accounts, especially for those of us who are young, maybe in our 20s or 30s or something like that, we tend to not think that taxes play that significant of a role. But while taxes really do play a significant part really in any investment account that you have, in our retirement accounts, it makes a world of a difference. For example, if you were to use a less tax efficient account, let's just say like a brokerage account, and you invested $2 million into your retirement. When you went to withdraw that $2 million, you would pay over $300,000 in taxes. But if instead you had that $2 million in a Roth IRA, you wouldn't spend a dime in taxes. When you think about all the different things you could do with $300,000, it's pretty amazing. You could pay for one of your grandkids' education, or you could help one of your children put a down payment on a house, or I guess you could just buy this yacht. And if that $300,000 wasn't motivation enough for you, the Roth IRA is also really well known to have low fees in its accounts, meaning you could buy stocks and sell stocks for much cheaper. Now, one of the problems of the belief that I don't have enough money to invest in a Roth IRA is that it causes us to suffer the cost of waiting. But here's the beauty. If you were to take two people, we'll name one of them Judas as our less positive example, just for kicks and giggles. And we'll name our positive example Solomon. And we'll just say that Judas decides to wait till he's 30 to start investing in his Roth IRA. But once he turns 30, he starts investing $200 a month and does so for the rest of his career all the way up to age 65. When Judas retires, he'll find that his account is at $429,000. But if Solomon, our more positive example, takes that same amount of money, $200 a month, and instead of investing it from 30 to 65, invests it just for 10 years, from the age of 20 to 30. Solomon retires and finds that his account is worth $1.15 million. Now, that doesn't account for inflation, but what Solomon did in 10 years, Judas couldn't do half of in 35 years. This isn't to say that if you start investing in your 30s that you're done for, but it is to say that the cost of waiting is great. And this was just with $200 a month. Imagine what you could do with $500 a month. I love what Proverbs 13:11 adds to this conversation. It says, "Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it." And this is exactly what we saw in our example of Solomon. If you're liking the content that I'm making on this channel, liking and subscribing below will help me continue making videos just like this one. Now, the last thing I have to address as a pastor is the lies that we believe that prevent us from investing into a Roth IRA. The first lie is that intentional investing is greedy, not spiritual. I always feel like I kind of got to be careful who I share this stuff with, because while there are some Christians who understand this to be just basic biblical wisdom, there are lots of other Christians who see investing in this way as a greedy thing. But even Jesus himself talks highly of investing and literally gives us in his word the wisdom for how to do it. Ecclesiastes chapter 11 says, "Invest in 7 ventures, yes, even in 8, for you do not know what disaster may come upon the land." So not only does Jesus teach us to invest, he also shares with us the wisdom as to how to do it in a wise and diversified way. The second lie that Christians give that prevent them from investing in a Roth IRA is "I can wait." I don't even need to give commentary on this because Proverbs 6 says it all. "Go to the ant, sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief or officer or ruler, she prepares her bread in the summer and gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you lie there, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man." Now, you investing in a Roth IRA makes no sense whatsoever if you're drowning in debt. If you have student loans that you still need to pay off, I want to share with you exactly how I paid off my student loans in order to free up the cash I needed to max out my Roth IRA. Click here and I'll see you there.